Moin or welcome. Hello and welcome. This podcast is for motivated people who want to improve their Luxembourgish vocabulary, listening skills, and fluency by listening to compelling content. I'm Anne, your dedicated host and the driving force behind Luxembourgish with Anne, with a true passion for teaching my mother tongue since 2012. In this dynamic podcast, I'll share with you interesting short vocabulary lessons and topic conversations from level A1 to B1, and together we will build a strong foundation of the language you need to speak with confidence about everyday life topics. I also share exclusive learning strategies and insights for the Sprachentest oral exam. So join me on this exciting Luxembourgish learning journey. Bist du prêt? Are you ready? Moin! So let's talk today about the weather. We all like to talk about the weather, don't we? And in this episode, you will learn how to do so in Luxembourgish. And you will also learn a few hidden vocabulary dangers in talking about how warm or how cold you are. Okay? Now, when you are in Luxembourg, it is useful to understand a typical conversation about the weather. By the way, do you know the Luxembourgish word for weather? This is Wieder. So listen and repeat after me. Wieder. Wieder. And the weather is Twieder. Twieder. It's a neutral noun. Let's start with some common weather questions and vocabulary to ask about the weather in the present tense. So to ask someone, how is the weather? You will ask, wie ist Twieder? Wie ist Twieder? Let's repeat together. Wie ist Twieder? Or you can ask, wie ist es draußen? How is it outside? Wie ist es draußen? You can ask this question when you haven't been outside yet and a family member was outside, and then you can ask, wie ist es draußen? Draußen meaning outside. So let's repeat. How is the weather is, wie ist Wieder? How is it outside? Wie ist es draußen? You can answer to that question by starting your sentence with it, us, plus an adjective. It, us, it is, and then your adjective. And in spoken Luxembourgish, we would not say it, us, warm, for example, to say it is warm. We would say das. So you will hear das. Das is the short form of it, us, it is. So it is warm is das warm. It's cold, das kahl. Das kahl. And if it is freezing, cold as ice, you would say das eiskahl. Das eiskahl. Or you can say das frisch. Das frisch. Frisch means cool. So it is cool. We say in Luxembourgish, das frisch. Very useful here in Luxembourg. It is often cloudy, so you will say das bedeckt. Das bedeckt. So it is cloudy. And when it is muggy or thundery, you would say das dumpig. Let's repeat together. Das dumpig. Or some people say das Schmeier. Schmeier. So Schmeier, dumpig are used when it is muggy or thundery. Okay. But now when it is nice weather, you will say das scheint wieder. Okay. So someone is asking you, wie ist wieder? Then you will say das scheint wieder. It's lovely, nice weather. But the contrary, if the weather is bad, you would say das schlecht wieder. Listen and repeat again. Das schlecht wieder. Das schlecht wieder. It's bad weather. The contrary, das scheint wieder. Let's imagine someone is asking you, wie ist wieder Haut? So how is the weather today? Haut meaning today. Then your answer will start maybe with haut. Then you will have to switch around the verb and the subject. So you can answer the question, wer ist wieder haut, by saying haut as het warm. Haut as het warm. So after haut, you have the verb and then the subject het. Okay, so today it is very hot. Haut as het ganz warm. Haut as het ganz warm. Or if you want to say today it is very cold, how would you say this? Yes, this is haut as het ganz kaal. Haut as het ganz kaal. And this as het is pronounced as if it was only one word. As het. As het. Haut as het ganz kaal. But you cannot always answer to that question by starting your sentence with das kaal, das warm. For example, if you want to say that it is raining, then you will use the short construction het plus a verb. For example, it is raining is in Luxembourgish very short and easy. Het regent, het regent. And it is snowing, het schneit, het schneit. And in Luxembourgish, you will quite often hear native speakers saying het fisemt, het fisemt. This is the type of light rain where the drops are really, really fine. And the verb is very common in Luxembourgish because it drizzles very often. Het fisemt. Okay, so to say it is raining, you will say het regent. It is snowing, het schneit. It is drizzling or it drizzles, het fisemt. Het fisemt oft zu Lützeburg. Now, how would you say in Luxembourgish, I'm hot, I'm cold? In English, it is okay to say it like this, but to express in Luxembourgish that you feel hot or cold, you will need to use another sentence construction. In Luxembourgish, you will say, for I'm hot, for example, het as mir warm. Het as, we will use the shortened version, das mir warm. Literally, it is hot to me, but it's the way we say it. Das mir warm. So if someone is asking you, wie geht es? Oh, das mir warm. How would you say, I'm cold? Hopefully you've said, het as mir kaal, or more naturally, das mir kaal, das mir ganz kaal, I'm very cold. Or das mir ganz warm. Or you can even say, das mir immens warm. Immens and ganz are here synonyms. Let's move on and have a look at how to ask the question in the future tense. So, how is the weather going to be like? Is in Luxembourgish, wie geht Wieder? Listen and repeat after me. Wie geht Wieder? Wie geht Wieder? Get comes from the verb gin, and in this case, it means to become, so becoming. So, wie geht Wieder means literally, how is the weather becoming? Okay. And you can answer to that question by using get in your answer. Het get schijnt wieder. It is going to be lovely weather is het get. It is going to be schijnt wieder. Let's repeat it. Het get schijnt wieder. You can say, het get moe schijnt wieder. Moe meaning tomorrow. Het get moe schijnt wieder. Now you can start your sentence by moe. What do you need to do? Hopefully you've got it. You have to switch the verb with the subject. So you would say moe get het schijnt wieder. Yes, let's repeat. Moe get het schijnt wieder. And more naturally we would say moe get het schijnt wieder. So this get het also sounds like one word, get it. Moe get het schijnt wieder. Tomorrow it is going to be lovely weather. Or how would you say tomorrow it is going to rain? Moe get het regen. Moe get het Regen. Regen is rain. Or to say next week it is going to snow, you will say next Woche geht het Schnee. Donc next Woche, next week, geht het, it is going to be, and then Schnee is the word for snow. Schnee. Let's repeat the whole sentence. Next Woche geht het Schnee. Good. Alternatively, you can answer to that question, wie geht wieder? You can say, het blijft. Het blijft, meaning it stays, it remains, okay? For example, het blijft drussen. It is going to stay dry. Het blijft drussen. Or you can start with the word moe, then you will say, moe blijft het drussen. Moe blijft het drussen. So het blijft comes from the verb blijven, to stay or to remain. Okay. When listening to a conversation about the weather, you may also hear people saying, sie hu reen vierhout gemeld. Sie hun reen vierhout gemeld, meaning that they have announced rain for today. Donc gemeld, sie hun reen gemeld, they announced rain. Okay. And in natural spoken Luxembourgish, we wouldn't pronounce our N everywhere. So we would say, sie hu re vier moer gemeld. Sie hu re vier moer gemeld. In Luxembourgish, we have an N rule. So sometimes we drop our final N of a word and sometimes not. And on my blog, on my webpage, I have a lesson about this N rule. I will put the link in the show notes. Now, before we finish this lesson, learn as well that you are likely to hear native speakers saying, het gaat bestimmt wieder. Het gaat, you know, it is going to be bestimmt, certainly wieder. So here a wieder doesn't mean weather. Here a wieder is the short form of an donnerwetter. An donnerwetter means a thunderstorm. A thunderstorm, okay? Donc, moe gaat het wieder, or moe gaat het bestimmt wieder, donc wieder, the short form of een donnerwetter. Good. Ich meine, das alles für Haut. So don't hesitate to listen to this podcast again and again so that you memorize better the vocabulary about the weather and so that you can talk a little bit with your neighbors in the staircase or when you meet them outside, and then you can talk about the weather. And in my self-study online course, A1 Foundation, you will learn much more vocabulary about the weather. And this course, A1 Foundation, allows you to see written words as I talk about them. So for more details about this course, head over to the show notes where you will find the link. Ich soon bis next Woche, so until next week. Adi!